Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Roz, and I'm so glad that you are here for practice today. Today, we will work through some yoga postures, a little bit of flow, and some dynamic movement. Then we'll work into a couple of breath techniques and some meditation. And I hope that you really enjoy it. Today's intention is really just all about energy. Okay, so we know that we get energy from the food that we eat and what we consume. We know that we can spend energy in the form of activity and work and perhaps running around after our kids or going hiking on a day off. And what I really want to share with you today is that through the practice of yoga postures and breath work and meditation, you can get this really good sense of self, and you can also learn how to create your own energy. Okay, so oftentimes I hear from my yoga students like, oh, I just don't have the energy to practice. But every single time they show up to their mat and they do their yoga practice, whether it's postures or pausing for meditation or breath work, they always have this new perspective. Okay? Perhaps this deeper sense of energy from the inside out. And really from the yoga teachings a long, long time ago in India, because that's where all of the yoga teachings have come from to the Western world. When we've adapted them to our Western life, which is definitely like go, 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 and sort of that do more, be more, have more, we realize that when we kind of slow down, we know that we have these tools and we work at them. We have these tools to create our own energy, and that's all up to you. And I'm just so glad today that you are here and that we have this opportunity to practice together. So go ahead, come to your yoga mat. You can set your blocks or any props that you have off to the side. Maybe you have pillows. Maybe you have a couple extra water bottles that will serve as yoga blocks to help you through your practice. And you can come on down to a wide-legged child's pose on your mat in your space. And if you don't have a yoga mat, no problem. Just any good space in your home will do. So with your knees wide and your big toes just touching, see if you can nuzzle your hips back towards your heels any amount more. And as you stretch your arms out to shoulder width, just allow your forehead to settle down somewhere with contact. So if it doesn't quite reach the mat, you can fold up your forearms and allow your forehead to rest right there on the front of the wrist. Soften yourself to stillness and take a deep breath in. And complete breath out. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, take a deep breath in. And a complete breath out. And see if you can settle your hips further back towards your heels. Deep breath in. And a complete breath out. Lengthen your arms forward if your elbows were bent. And go ahead and start to reach your palms over to the left side of your mat. You can adjust your head over. You might even like to turn your head to the side with your right ear down. Just see if you can allow the shoulders to rest, your elbows to rest. And can you now shift the focus of your breathing through your whole right side body? Perhaps you climb your right palm on top of your left palm. This will increase the sensation on your right side. Just really allowing for the space between your ribs on the right to open up. Just for you to focus your energy, focus your attention right there, right side body. And take a deep breath in. And complete breath out all the way to empty. Go ahead and walk your hands through to center. You might lift your head, look forward to the top of your mat, and then go ahead and climb your hands over to the right side of your mat. And allow your head to rest on the mat. Perhaps you take your left ear down, your elbows can just rest heavy. And again, you might climb your left hand on top of your right hand. Now, can you shift your focus, your attention to your left side body? Space from your left hip out to your left armpit. Just patient with what you feel here. Might be a sense of stickiness, stuckness, tension, stagnation. Just see if you can infuse that feeling with breath. Okay, take a long inhale. And a complete exhale all the way to empty lungs. Soften the shoulders any amount more. Go ahead and walk your hands through to center. Crawl your fingertips more forward so your palms are pressing down and your elbows are lifted. And then just notice the length through your side body from here. Okay, you can hover your head above the mat. And then go ahead and come to tabletop position, hands and knees. Okay, tuck your toes under. And then start to rub forward and back. So the shoulders will come past the fingertips, and then they'll press back so your shoulders come behind the wrist. Okay, forward, little stretch of the wrist, and back. Okay, and then notice the seat pulling back towards your heels. You might feel a little stretch on the bottoms of your feet as you bring your hips back. And then go ahead and pull forward, and just see if you can do that a few times with your breath. And just kind of noticing what it is that you feel in your body here, right? Maybe a little stretch on the forearms, a little tension across the front of the wrist and the pads in the hands, the palms of the hands as well. And then one more time in each direction. So come forward, maybe a little further forward. And then hips back towards your heels. Press down through the balls of your feet. So right behind your big toe and your baby toe. And then take a deep breath in. We look forward. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Hips pull up and back. Okay, so you set your foundation. Hands are shoulder width and feet are hip width. Take a deep breath in and lift your heels high. Now as you exhale, press your heels down and back. And same thing, lift your heels, deep breath in. And then press your heels down and lift your toes. Press your palms firmly into the mat. One more time, inhale, heels rise. And heels root, exhale. And shake your head no and yes. And take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Okay, bring your big toes to touch at the back of your mat. Generous bend to your knees as you look forward. Big steps come to the top of your mat. Feet together, heels together, nice and even. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, so no rounding in your upper spine. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift once again. Fingertips to the mat or palms to shins. Shoulders slide back. And forward fold, exhale. One more time. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Come to stand tall. Sweep your arms wide. Deep breath in. Palms to touch. And hands to the center of your chest. Reach out wide. Gaze lifts. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Let your head hang heavy. Fingertips to mat or palms to shins. Inhale halfway up so we get long in the spine. Step back to downward dog. Big steps back so your feet are hip width. Okay, now again, create that connection of your hands shoulder width and your feet hip width with your heels rooting. Lift your tailbone up nice and high and notice the length in your low back when you tip your tailbone high. And come forward to a high plank position. So look forward, deep breath in. Take your knees down, press through the tops of your feet, and then find a slow lower all the way to your chest. Baby cobra. Inhale, your head and chest rise up, but humble chin. And exhale to roll down. Baby cobra, inhale. And roll down to your exhale. Cobra, breathe in. Press through your knees, downward facing dog, exhale. Tailbone high, breathe in. Heels press low, breathe out. Again, tailbone high. And then root your hands and push down and forward as you exhale. One more breath in. And full breath out. Go ahead, step your right foot through between your hands for crescent lunge. So feet are hip width apart, your arms circle up, reach high, deep breath in. And bring your hands to your chest. Okay, so you can put your left knee down here, a little more support from the earth beneath you. You could even have your hands on your right thigh. Okay, if you choose to keep your left leg extended, do your best to keep your right knee over your right heel. Okay, expression with the arms overhead. And then take a full breath here. Take your left hand to your mat and your right hand up towards the ceiling for twisted lunge. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Okay, this is us creating our own energy from the inside out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take your right hand down. Little rock back into your left foot and step forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold into your legs, exhale. So bring your feet hip width apart. Bit of space between your feet. And if you think, like really line the bones of your heels up with the bones of your hips. Okay, bend your knees. Sink your hips, chair pose, arms rise. We breathe in. And reach your arms back, exhale. Arms reach up, full breath in. And then exhale, reach your arms back. Okay, now really trust your breath. Here we go. Inhale, float high with your arms. Reach it back as you exhale. 2 more. Inhale, rise up. Heels heavy, toes are light. Exhale. 1 more. Deepest breath of your day. And reach back. And lace your fingers at your low back. Fold forward over your thighs and reach your hands overhead any amount. You might even soft bend the elbows, pull the shoulder blades towards the midline of your body, and let the top of your head pour towards your toes. Big breath in. Gain heavy head, exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Fingertips come down in front of toes. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, you plant your hands. Step your left foot way back. So you're in that long lunge once again. 3-legged dog. You're going to scoop your right foot up and back. Press on your hands. And you're in downward dog with your left foot and your right hand. Okay, right, or rather both hands. Okay, so right leg lifts high. Take a deep breath in. Downward dog, exhale. In breath. And out breath. High plank position, breathe in. Okay, knees up or down, slow lower, elbows beside you, all the way down to your chest and your belly. Toes point back, push down through your feet, cobra, inhale, head and chest lift. And exhale to roll down. Inhale, head and chest lift. And roll down and relax. 1 more time. Inhale, head and chest lift. And through your knees, downward facing dog as you lift your hips. Deep breath in. And full breath out. You look forward. Step your left foot through between your hands. And your feet are hip width apart. Okay, arms rise up for crescent lunge. Full breath in, reach high. And ground down through your feet as you exhale. Okay, choose your option, perhaps hands to your heart, hands to your left thigh, and right knee can come down to your mat. Again, always your choice. Okay. Reach high if this is your expression. And perhaps even take your gaze up, just getting clear on one point with your gaze, your focus, your attention. Okay, take a deep breath in. Take your right hand down to your mat, left arm high as you exhale. Now, visualize like a long line out through the crown of your head, and from your right heel all the way through your right leg to your spine and out the crown of your head is a long line. So we don't want the head falling back, and we don't want it to fall down. So keep pushing through the right hand to keep your torso lifted in line with your back leg. Perhaps you look up towards your left hand, take a deep breath in, and then left hand comes down to your mat. Little rock back into your right foot. Let me step forward and fold over your good strong legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. And forward fold, breathe out. You come to stand tall, rise up, reach high, lace your fingers and press your palms up towards the ceiling. As tall as you can be, work your arms to straight at the elbow joints. Okay, and keep your legs strong underneath you. Take a deep breath in, look up, lean back any amount, and then let go of the lace of your fingers and fold forward over your legs. Heavy head, deep breath in, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your right foot way back. Okay, so you're in that long lunge again. Push through your palms, lift your left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Okay, yeah, so just feel out hands like rooting down. Right heel pushes to your mat. And take a long breath here. Downward dog, you step your left foot down. Full breath in. Relax your head and exhale. High plank position, breathe in. Knees up or down. I'm going to show the option. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Inhale, we straighten the arms. Your knees lift off your mat. And you're rolling your inner ankles towards each other as you broaden your chest. Shoulders pull back. And then go ahead, flip your feet one by one. Down dog to your breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Good bend to your knees. Hop or walk your feet forward. Top of your mat. Half lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Exhale. Come to stand tall. Reach up high with your arms. Breathe in. Thread your left arm underneath your right for eagle pose. If this isn't accessible with your arms, you can take opposite hand to opposite shoulder, like a good self-hug. Okay, go ahead and sit back and float your left leg over top of your right. Okay, so you can set your left toes down to the right side of your right foot. It's for a little extra balance and stability. Float your arms high, and then notice if you can humble the chin and feel the stretch through the whole upper back, okay, between the shoulder blades. And pull your forearms away from your face. See if you can sit a little lower to your right knee. And go ahead and unravel your arms. Step it back, warrior two. So good long stride, arms come to a T. And then if you check out your left foot, see that it's parallel to the back of your mat, and your right foot is parallel to the side edges of your mat. Okay? Now, with the energy in your arms, okay, we're not holding strong, like trying to grip and grasp everything with our arms, but we're also not lazy like this, right? So think long and strong, intentional, but not too much force. Take your left hand down your left leg. Peaceful warrior, right arm goes high, look up, lean back and lunge forward. Full breath in here. Right side body is open and strong. And then exhale, take your hands down to frame your right foot. So you pop up nice and high onto the ball of left foot. Rock back, big breath, and step forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And then exhale to fold. Okay, take that halfway lift. And this time as you fold, lace your fingers behind your back with the non-dominant grip. So it'll be the one that is just a little bit awkward, okay? The opposite thumb and pinky finger are on top. Now, as you're folded forward, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and bring your left shoulder to your left knee as you look to the right. And then as you straighten your right leg, see if you can look up towards the ceiling with your right eye and lean your right hip back. We're looking for some sensation on the outside of your right hip down towards your right knee. And then take a halfway lift through center. So inhale, long spine, legs are straight. Same thing, bend your left knee, left shoulder to the inside of your knee as you look up into the right. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, legs go to straight, spine is long. Bend your left knee, twist and look over right shoulder. Inhale, halfway up. Okay, bend left knee, twist and look right. Okay, take that halfway lift, inhaling breath. Plant your hands on your mat, shoulder width. Step back to plank position. And then press on your mat, option to drop your knees or keep them lifted, lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And then go ahead, look forward. Good, bend to your knees and then hop or step forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Come to stand tall. Reach up high, breathe in. Right arm underneath your left for eagle pose. You sit straight back and down. Right leg floats over top of your left. And again, you can set your toes down beside the left foot for a little bit more stability. Okay, so you pull the low ribs in. Lift your elbows away from your chest and your forearms away from your face. Now see if you can tuck your chin in slightly and notice the stretch in the back of your neck all the way down the upper back. Sit low in your left hip. Good, bend into your left knee. And then pause here. Now see if you can lean your head back slightly, but still keep that little tuck of the chin. Elbows rise. And then we open through to warrior 2. We circle open, right foot steps back. And then where we land, we might adjust. Okay, so arms come to a T. Remember, intentional, nothing with force. Arms reach. And from here, peaceful warrior. So right arm goes down your right leg. Left arm reaches up as you lunge forward. And take a big breath in. Big breath out. Circle your hands around to the top of your mat. And lift your right heel high. Okay, we rock back. And go ahead, step forward, top of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. Go ahead and lace your fingers behind your back. Go back to the dominant grip. Now we take this halfway lift, right? Shoulder blades pull towards the spine. Bend your right knee. Straighten your left leg any amount and look towards the left. Okay, breathe into what you feel. See if you can pull your outer left hip back and your left leg works towards straight. Okay, halfway lift through center, legs go to straight. In breath, long spine, no rounding. Bend your right knee, twist and look to the left. 3 more times, here we go. Hold your hand, inhale halfway up. Bend your right knee, twist, and take your left eye up towards the ceiling. Halfway lift, breathe in, belly in. Twist and fold. Breathe in, halfway up. Bend your right leg, straighten your left, and look to the left. Okay, pause here. And then go ahead, take your hands down to your mat. Tent your fingers or hands to shins. Halfway lift, you breathe in. And then plant your hands, step back, high plank. Breathe in, we look forward. Knees up or down, conscious choice, your energy, what do you need? Halfway lower. Upward dog, breathe in, shoulders roll back. Downward dog, exhale all your air. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. In breath and out breath. Inhale where you are. Exhale, let it go. And look forward. Go ahead, take your knees down behind either wrist. And your big toes are touching, but not overlapping. You can sit your hips back towards your heels. Now, really great option is to take either a block or a couple of pillows. And you'll sit on your block or pillow. And just pop that block right underneath your hips. And I sometimes like to wiggle around just to make sure that my sitting bones, okay, the two bones in your bum and on the bottom of the pelvis are rooted down. Okay, so this just gives you some space from the fronts of your ankles and your knee joints if you need some more support. Okay, and then you can start to take your hands behind you, tuck your tailbone under. So you might notice I lifted my hips and I tucked my tailbone under. And then you can come down to palms. You might come down to either elbow on the mat, or perhaps you lay all the way back with your head floating down and onto the mat. And remember, if you come to a place where you're not breathing, you can just come back, right? Just know that there's an opportunity to come back, to reset. Okay? And know that that's a lifelong practice as well, just to dial back and reset. A few more breaths here. This really broad chest, long spine. And if you're all the way down, reach for the fronts of your shins to come all the way up through to center. And then take your hands forward, whichever version you're in. You can take your block off to the side, take your knees back, and we're in tabletop position. Okay, and then from here, look up towards the ceiling, cow pose, curve your low back, round your spine, and exhale all your air. Cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Cat pose, exhale. 3 more rounds, here we go. Inhale, curve your spine. And then tuck and round, exhale. Inhale, curve, tip your pelvis forward, tailbone back. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, chin to chest, exhale all your air. One more time, inhale. And chin to chest, you might like to exhale all your air. Pause here in this rounded position. See if you can tuck your chin in even more, right towards the collarbone. Press through the mat with your hands and press your upper back towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and take your elbows down to your mat. Your hips stay over top of your knees, and you just stretch your arms forward. Allow your forehead to come down onto the mat. You might even take your arms out more in like a Y position, just to give your shoulders space. So this is a back bend as well. And if you notice that your hips are over your knee joints, you'll notice that the deepest curve in your spine is in your low back. Just see if you can allow that to be, create space in your vertebrae. And then you might like to point your toes back or keep them tucked, your choice. And the last couple breaths here, you might even like to turn your head to the side, one way and then the other. Last breath right here. And bring your head through center if it wasn't. Go ahead, plant your hands under your shoulders. You're in tabletop. And just cross your legs and come around to the seat. I like to use a cushion to sit on. And I like to sit cross-legged. So you just try out whatever feels best in your body. And if you sit cross-legged and your knees are quite high compared to your hips, just see if you can prop yourself up. Maybe you use a block or an extra pillow just to sit you up a little taller. And that will allow the knees to go down and be lower than your hips. Okay, so you might just wiggle around into your seat a couple of times here so you feel good and stable from your hips. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and an open mouth exhale. Close your eyes, bow your chin, breathe in through your nose, and breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. So the first breath technique is called breath of fire. And this is one of my favorite breath techniques to do as well as to teach because it can feel really clearing from the inside of your lungs all the way out through the top of your head and kind of like the whole front of your face. Okay, so the technique of this breath is a strong exhale from your belly out of your nose. Okay, so it'll be a breath in and then a strong exhale. Okay, so the inhale is a little more subtle. The focus is on the exhale out from the nose, and the core is the strongest point of drawing the breath out. Okay, so we're gonna do a round of 50. I'll count, and on the last one, you're gonna exhale completely, like to the end. And then you take a deep breath in and just an open mouth exhale. Okay, so do your best. If you ever lose it, no worries. You can just let the breath go and then join back in where you feel like you can with that powerful exhale of the nose. Okay, you might like to close your eyes. It might feel good here. So go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth exhale to clear. And then we'll do that one again just to start. So we breathe in through the nose. And a clearing exhale. Inhale to begin. Two and one. Exhale. Breathe in. Open mouth, sigh. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. And close your eyes. Just feel where your seat is in space. Tall spine, shoulders pull back, and your chin humbles. I just invite you to keep your eyes closed. Notice how you feel from your center all the way out through your windpipe to the entirety of your skull, your nasal passages, your mouth, the inside of your mouth and your tongue. Notice if there's any sense of clarity in your mind, any sense of freedom from any distraction. You can keep your hands resting on your thighs when we work into our last breath practice. If you would like to come down to Shavasana on your back, you can also do this breath practice from Shavasana. Know that you can always stay seated if that speaks to you and feels in more alignment with what you'd like right now. So we're going to work towards lengthening the inhale and the exhale with each round of breath that we take. There will be a subtle pause of 3 counts in the middle of the inhale and the exhale. And we start with the count of 4, a hold for 3, and an exhale for a count of 4. So let's take a deep breath in where you're at. And a soft exhale. So whether you're seated or on your back, your choice, you breathe in and breathe out. We inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Little pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're empty. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Little pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Little hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale fully. Open mouth, sigh. Inhale fully and active. Open mouth, sigh. One more time. Inhale fully. And just a soft, open mouth exhale. Regular breath in. And regular breath out. Inhale as you are. And exhale as you are. You're in seated. Come onto your back. Lay in Shavasana. Your arms extended out beside you. And your legs out wide, perhaps wider than the edges of your mat. Feel free to embody a human starfish. Just take up as much space as you like. Those of you that are on your back, you might like to adjust, fidget, and find a restful and still place on your back. If laying on your back doesn't feel quite right for you, you could also bring pillows underneath your knees. You could roll over onto your side for fetal position. You could also bend your knees while you're laying on your back and take your feet wide as you knock your knees in towards each other. So lots of options for you to fully soak up this rest. And go ahead and count 5, just really simple rounds of breath. Don't have to exaggerate them. They can just be your simple breath, simple yet potent energy source. Before you come out of Shavasana, go ahead and count out 5 more rounds of breath. And again, it is a total honor to be here and to share this practice, these techniques with you. From the deepest part of my heart, the utmost gratitude. We close practice with namaste.